Bliss. It's so good to be here again. I welcome you back to another episode of Life of a Housewife with Ajake. This episode, we shall be discussing a very educative and impactful topic, which is submission. What does it really mean to be submitted? What does submission mean? Today, we will all know it. And without much ado, let's dive straight to today's topic. First, submission is accepting someone's authority or obeying someone's mission. And as a wife, going by our two holy books, it makes us to understand that wives should submit to their husband. But in nowadays life where we have equality, we are claiming feminism, to be submissive is somehow so difficult to some women. Nowadays women find let me just put it like, nowadays women and submission, they don't align. They are not 5 and 6. Going way back, our mothers, they submit 100% to their husband. But looking at the world we have today, women don't see submission as something big. They see it as being slave. Meanwhile, submission and slavery are different. Submission comes natural for women, while slavery is a thing of force. Also, like I said earlier, that submission comes natural. But mind you, if you are making progress, that does not stop you from being submissive to your husband. Your success, your career should not hinder you from submitting to your husband. In fact, it will make you to be more appreciated by your husband if you have a good career and you are being submissive. And to the gents, let me just say that don't let this 21st century issue of feminism, or let me say that because you're cute, you have a successful career, then you are letting it get into you. No. If there is no if you are not to be submitted, there won't be a word called submission. Definitely for the word submissions to be, that means you have to follow the order. If you really want to have a good home, you want to enjoy your life, forget about what you have or where you still have to be submitted. Submission is very important. Every relationship needs to have a very solid communication. Without a solid communication, there is no relationship. Communication is the oil that runs a marriage. Without communication, there's no way you can move forward. To do anything in the house, you need to communicate. Even to produce kids, you have to communicate. You cannot do something without the support of the other person. You need to say it. The two of you need to know. Communication, you need to know where you're going. You need to know where you're coming from. Yes, to have a successful home in a submissive marriage, a man has a lot to offer. Like, you don't have to be the most, you have to carry your wife along in every decision you're making. Some men are like, I'm the boss, they are in charge of, even in charge of the house, they are the law. It doesn't have to be. Your wife also has some things to give. She's not just a flower in your house that you just put to decorate. No. You need to carry her along on every step you're taking. In fact, if you want to buy a piece of land, your wife needs to know. You should carry her. In fact, you need to take her there. If you want to go into a business or a partnership with someone, you need to carry your wife along. I have heard a story where after a wife cooked in the house, the husband will go and put the food on a scale to measure. How do you expect such a woman to be submissive? She can't. If you want, okay, let me put it like your input in the house will determine the output she will give you. If you are such a man, like constituted man, the most high man, who just think that whatever he says is the final, nobody else has anything to offer, your wife does not have a brain, she cannot say something, or you are the God Almighty. No, you don't have to be the God Almighty in your marriage. This is a partnership something. Your marriage should be partnership. When you say one, your wife should say 1, 2. Not that when you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then she will now be looking. No. She too has something to offer. Try her, give her some assignments. Let her to use, you will see. When you ask it, see, most women are very brilliant. It's just that men don't always like to front their wife. Most successful businesses, the backbone of it is the wife. Because when the husband brings the proposal for 1 or 2 things, him and the wife will sit together. Mind you, women see beyond men. They will see where mistake is. Something that you will just overlook. They make sure that they see every total of it. They don't miss any point. And that is why God made women to be your helpmates. There are some things you just overlook, but women will see it. So why do you now want to be the God Almighty in your home when you have someone to help you? Why are you shutting her? Don't cage her, just like we said last week. Let her be free. Let her fly. A lot. First, why did you marry her when you don't trust her? If you really trust her, then you should let her, you should free her to do whatever she wants. When you trust your wife or your husband, that is when you will have peace in your inner mind. If you are caging your wife up in the name of trust issue, don't forget that she's someone's daughter. They are expecting from her. She's someone's sister, niece, or nephew. They are expecting from her. Now that you now cage her, what is her future? I have seen lots of women in this situation. In fact, they are not happy. Because in the end, inferiority complex are set into their life. They don't feel, they are not, okay, let me just put it like, they are the shadow of themselves. They don't feel alive again. The only thing that makes them happy is just the kids they have. It shouldn't be. You trust, you love her. That means you should trust her. And on the other hand, wives. How can you tell me that you marry a man you don't trust? Oh, now he cheats, he has lots of girlfriends. In fact, you are giving yourself sleepless nights, all because you want to check his phone. Oh, you are now having your younger ones to be telling him, my dear, death is very close to such women. Let your husband be free. Don't be the jealous type. See, friends, if you don't trust your husband, you can never be submissive. That is just it. Because he himself will distance himself from you. He will only relate with you in things that are related to you. And every other things, he will discuss with someone else. It may be his brothers or any else or his friends. But you've already missed out. And you don't need to miss out of anything pertaining to your husband. You should be his 5 and 6. He should be able to talk to you concerning anything. Before anyone can know the latest hot gist about your husband, you should be the one to know, because he will always tell you first. So why are you now killing yourself over? Trust is very important in every relationship. It's the bedrock, and don't ever miss out on it. Okay, it's that in a one day, as a guy, you came across a lady. The two of you come across each other. She introduced herself, you introduced yourself. From your introduction, from your likes, from your dislikes, the two of you should be picking something. Either you can work together or not. Can't you work together except they agree? You don't understand where I'm coming from. Before we can go into a relationship, you must understand my dreams. If I must understand your journey of life, I must understand where we are going to. I cannot date or marry a dream killer. You know, you as a guy that I want to settle down with, you must be an inspiration to me. We must be an inspiration to each other. Say, for a guy to be interested in your business and for a lady to be interested in your business, submission will come naturally to the both of you. You don't need to fight for it. You will love her without any excuse, and she will be submitted to you 100%. You don't need to drag that. So, once a guy or a lady is interested in your business and you don't just forget about it. He or she has already submitted herself to you 100%. So there's no need to drag that again. But if the guy is or the lady is still dragging it and you are still like you are the one pushing, that is a red flag for you. Don't push it. Don't just push it. Don't say a guy will change it. You cannot change a man. And likewise, a lady, you cannot change anyone. You are not God. So anyone that is showing you such a red flag, don't go there again. It's a no for you. And you need to retrace yourself back. Look for someone that understands you, that understands your ambition, that understands your purpose in life. That is where you can get it right. And that is where you can have a submissive and happy marriage. Understanding. If you don't understand your partner, that's all. But once you understand, you get it right. Also, you must support her or him. In fact, let me be factual with you. Men need women's support more than you think of. And of course, as a man, you must prioritize her. She has to come first in everything you do. You think of her before doing anything. Prioritize her, cherish her, love her, carry her along, take her, always have time for her. Most married men don't have time for their wife. All because money. Money is not everything. Also, you share similar ideas. Oh, it will be so beautiful when husband and wife are together. You know, it's not a thing that the husband goes to the right and the wife goes to the left. But when the two of you share the same opinion, you share the same thing. When the husband says something outside and the wife got there and said the same thing and they are not together, people always cherish it. You arrive at the same goal. You know, when you know the do's and don'ts of your partner, there will be a mutual respect. Submission comes in naturally. You know each other's boundaries. You know what to do to your partner. And you know his off period. You know his on period. With that, you have a smooth and a happy marriage. Submission itself will just live in your house like here. But vice versa, I will say it myself so you understand. Overall, submission is very important in every home, though it's very much on women than men. Due to our cultural and traditional norms, women has to carry the heavy load of submission. And also, husband too has a role to play in this, in submitting to their wife, to have a mutual and understanding of. Though our scripts may be similar, but our character are always different. Learn to manage your spouse. It has been an exciting, amazing episode today, very educative. I enjoyed myself, and I hope you also gain one or two things. Submission is the key. Don't forget. And until next episode, when we shall come again, I remain your host, Ajoke. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and also hit the notification bell. Please, until next time,